Nick speaking. Welcome to this video. So in this video I want to have a quick chat about what I do when I'm going to paint something. I don't literally just get my paint out and start painting. You have to work out your colour scheme. I'm just about to paint these biofalls, for example. Now, although I've painted quite a few of my nibs, I know what colour scheme I'm using. Actually working out how to paint it, that's slightly different. I just can't start painting it without knowing what I'm doing. So my suggestion is do a bit of research before you paint. The best research obviously is the Codex, really. I mean, you can see how old these models are, because I have 3 Codexes. So I think they're from this one, 3rd edition, I've got the 4th edition, 5th edition Codex. So yeah, check out the pictures in the Codex, because that's a good starting point. Give you a good idea of how GW at least think they're supposed to look. So, I mean, that's my one. This is actually still the same model in here, but painted different colour scheme, might give us a few different ideas. And then there's a new model now, which in this one, just there, it seems to have an eye on the gun as well as on the creature, which is slightly odd. But yeah, have a look at the pictures, and of course the most important thing as well was to have a look at the fluff. To find out, read the fluff. I'm going to read the fluff in all 3 of these codexes, because the fluff does change. Give you an idea of maybe how certain things, how it works, certain attributes of the model, which you think, oh yeah, well he's supposed to have they've got a power fist or whatever, it's supposed to be all mighty and powerful like lightning, or just give you some inspiration on how to paint something. So that's what I would do. And the other things, well, of course, is White Dwarf. Go through your White Dwarfs. I always keep all of my old White Dwarfs, even though, to be fair, half the time I don't even read them. I just flick through and think, yeah, nothing interesting this week. But there might be something in the future. I mean, I've had codexes, I've had White Dwarfs, and like 3 years later I get something out and think, ah, yeah, I remember seeing something about this in White Dwarf, and I go back, look it up, and there it is. So yeah, always keep my White Dwarfs. Of course, the internet, fantastic. Do a Google search, see how everyone else is painting theirs. See if you like what people have done. If you don't like what people have done, just get some ideas, and then take your own colour scheme and put it in there. So the other thing as well, talking of colour schemes, a bit like my Aldar really, is try to stick with the same thing throughout the army. So for example, on my Aldar, obviously purple and white, yellow gemstones, and I always make sure the gemstones are on the purple. I don't have just a gemstone on any white section of my Aldar. If it is on a white section, it's got to have like a gold base around the bottom. Just little things like that. If you keep things the same, then you'll notice that the army will actually sort of be quite uniformed. So that's always worth bearing in mind. That's one reason why. I mean, I don't have any green on my Aldar. My Aldar are colourblind to green. I refuse to put green on there. The only green that you'll see on my Aldar is a bit of static grass on the base. And the reason for that is I've just painted my Necrons for so long, so many Necron things, and although Necrons are silver, for me they're green because they've got like the green gauze, and any highlights I've got on them is green, all the terrain is green. So I've had enough of painting green. So one thing I vowed is not to paint my Aldar green. They're supposed to be like a Bautan colour, green and white, which I really love the Bautan, but I didn't want green and white, so I went for purple and white instead. So that's how I got purple and white on my Aldar, so I refused to paint green. So yeah, just basically, get your ideas into place way before you actually paint them. In that case, when you come to paint them, you've got at least an idea of where you're going. And obviously things do change, but if you start off painting things that how they're going to be painted. For example, on this one I know all the spikes, they're going to be yellow, so I'll start off painting all the spikes yellow, all the claws yellow, and then I shall, well, not yellow, but my yellow colour scheme, and then I shall move on to the other bits and just gradually build it up as I go, working out, because sometimes things look better once you get going. A certain idea works or it doesn't work as the model sort of gradually comes to life. but at least if you've got an idea of how you're going to paint them, you're not going to be painting in the dark. So yeah, that's my tip really, is do some research before you actually put paint to model. That's what I do. So hopefully you enjoyed that video, hopefully it's useful, and thanks for watching.